Hey everybody, I'm Collin Sitgreaves, and welcome to an introduction to double bass drumming. I just want to say a quick shout out to Robbie Schechter over at Musical Life Denver for having me, so thank you, Robbie. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started on double bass drumming with various exercises and grooves. Should be a lot of fun. So first off, I would like to talk technique with double bass drumming. Okay. If you take a look down at my feet, I like to play what is called heel up for a lot of stuff, especially double bass drumming. The only time I play heel down is when I really need to get soft and controlled on the bass drum. But most of the time it's going to be really, really loud. And that's where we play heel up and get all the power we can out of our legs. So position yourself. You want to make sure you have a nice straight back and tight upper body, okay? And when you put your feet on the pedals, you want to be more on the balls of your toes and raise your heels up like so. Here, we are now going to engage our whole leg rather than thinking we're just engaging from the ankle. We're actually going to be engaging from our thigh downwards, and that goes for both legs, right and left. So let's just kind of, poke around a little bit with that. And if you notice too, actually, I am not burying the beater into the bass drum head. A lot of guys might do this, and which is totally fine. I'm not for burying the beater personally because, well, when you bury the beater on your opposite foot, you're going to get this sound. And vice versa, right? Rather than you want a nice clean and open tone. So after every hit, and if whatever foot is resting, then I like to bring my heel down just a little bit, and then I'll raise it back up when it needs to be engaged for the playing, okay? So here are some exercises I'm going to show you to help develop our right foot and left foot, because we want to have evenness. Much like our hands, we want to be even with our right and left hand. Well, same goes for our feet when we want to be even between our right foot and our left foot. So the first exercise is simply going to go, we're playing a grouping of 8 notes on our right and then a grouping of 8 notes on our left. And we're going to play those slowly. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if this is your first time, you're probably going to notice you might be having a hard time balance, right? So that's why we take things super slow, so you can get a nice balance of your body and good posture. So let's do this one more time. Maybe let's go a little faster for time's sake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. And then repeat that as many times as you see necessary. Repeat it a lot, actually. So that way you get really comfortable, really strong with your legs. The next grouping, we're going to do a grouping of 4s. So we're going to do a grouping of 4 on our right, grouping of 4 on our left. So same concept. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And once you feel comfortable with that, again, taking a slow speed, speed it up. 1, 2, 3. And so on and so forth. The next grouping, the next grouping, we're going to do a grouping of 2s. So 2 on our right, 2 on our left. Same concept, nice and slow and even, okay? 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we could speed that up just a little bit. 1, 2. Okay, those are called doubles, and you'll see those both on your hands and your feet. Very common thing. And then next, we're going to do 1s or single strokes. Okay, so we're just going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, right and left. Here we go. Okay, and then we're going to speed those up just a little bit. Yeah, cool. So now we've got those exercises, and when you practice those exercises, actually a good thing to do is see if you can play them all in succession. So you're going to go 8, 4, 2, and then 1. So practice that at home. So now the second part of the exercises is, well, let's adapt what our hands are doing, okay? So let's put those exercises over our hands. So what our hands are going to be doing is playing eighth notes on the hi-hat, followed by our backbeat on the snare, which the backbeat is on 2 and 4. So we have this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let's start off with the eights exercise. We're going to play the eights on our right, eights on our left, with our right and left hand playing the top groove, okay? It's going to go something like this. Repeat. Okay, again, taking it slow as necessary. The next grouping, let's do the 4s. So 4 on our right, 4 on our left, eighth notes on top, snare on 2 and 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those are the 4s. Let's do 2s, right? 1, 2, 1. Okay, so next we're going to do 1. So we're going to do 1, 1, 1, 1, and it's going to sound like this. A little faster on that one. Okay, so good thing to do is just to practice those, again, at a slow tempo, increasing the tempo as you see fit. Okay, so now for the next section, we're going to take these single strokes that we just did, the right, left, before we were playing them as eighth notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, well, now we're going to up the value on those, and now we're going to play them as 16th notes. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4E and a 1, right? So that is now our new double bass pattern on the bass drum. And again, our hands are playing just eighth notes on the right hand, 2 and 4 on the left. So let's see what this sounds like when we combine all 3. Yeah, so now it's starting to sound like some hard rock, heavy metal stuff, right? Well, let's go faster with it. See what that sounds like. And even faster. Cool. Yeah, so eventually you'll start to feel that you're going to be able to play these faster over the course of time. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, of course. So a good exercise you could do is just even adding 16th notes one at a time, or a grouping of 16th notes one at a time. So just start on beat 1. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Right, and then add 2 more. So you got 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4 and 1. And then add to beat 3, so 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4 and. And then finally adding beat 4, so then we got our 4 whole consecutive 16th notes. Cool. So that's introduction to double bass drumming. I recommend now once you get comfortable with those 16th notes, put them on, play on your toms, play on your ride cymbal, play on a hi-hat. Really recommend playing on something super staccato too, so that way you can hear what your feet are doing. So playing with a close hi-hat or a cowbell or a stack or even just the ride bell itself is totally cool. You want to make sure your feet are clean rather than just playing a bunch of noise and kind of hurting yourself in the end there. Well, I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or shoot them down in the comments. And yeah, happy drumming, guys. Take care.